Hello everyone, I'm Bogdan, and in this video we'll be going through the repairs and maintenance that I've done on my Audi over the course of 5 years in my long-term ownership of this car. We start by setting some context. We are discussing about an Audi A4 B8, a 2-liter TDI, the 170 brake horsepower version. At the time of me buying it, I'm looking at my notes, the car was used, 78,000 miles and 5 years old. With any car that you buy used, you should start with some basic maintenance. The basic maintenance on that car for me represents oil and filter changes. Those were done each and every 6.5 thousand miles, approximately 10,000 kilometers. The fuel filter has been changed at 20,000 miles, roughly 30,000 kilometers. We start with the V-belt. The next bigger repair or preventive maintenance was the V-belt tensioner and rollers. Still looking at the notes to make sure that I'm not missing anything. After that, new xenon bulbs, new tail light LEDs, the small ones that are on the lid. Those ones are a common issue on the Audi A4. Because of the vibration, some of the LEDs stopped working. We had to do brake discs and pads, followed by engine mounts. That was the strange one. The car was feeling very strange when you were going over speed bumps. You had the feeling that the chassis was doing something different than the engine. So change that, and the overall experience of driving the car was improved. Here is where the things will start to get a bit more expensive. I decided to remap the engine, and like all the nice stories with remaps, in less than 2 weeks I needed a new clutch and flywheel. When the mechanics worked on the clutch and flywheel, they discovered that the left side bearing of the gearbox was having excessive play. They needed to repair that, and then ended up stripping the gearbox, installing a metal housing, new bearing, rebuilding everything. So that was quite a costly repair. After that, I have done some preventive EGR and throttle body cleaning. At 110,000 miles, we have done the timing belt, water pump, and all the rollers that are included in the kit. Later in the ownership, I've seen the P2015 DTC. At the beginning, I was able to get rid of it by cleaning the actuator. Further along in the ownership, I needed to install the metal bracket to make sure that I don't see it that often, or I got bored of cleaning that actuator. So I found that metal bracket, installed it, and got rid of the DTC. What else? We had the fuel flap lock that stopped working and needed to be replaced. The mirror vibration, that one was fixed by putting some double-sided sticky tape on the glass element. Later in the ownership, the driver door lock stopped working. It was working from time to time, and I got fed up with it, changed the lock. And one of the last repairs that I needed to do on the car was the coolant expansion tank. Here was a strange one, in the sense that I was losing coolant, and eventually noticed that coolant was going out from the expansion tank through the sensor, or on the lower part you have a level sensor, and that one was dripping the coolant. So overall, nothing major, and I'm still considering that the clutch and flywheel were kind of my doing. By setting a little bit of context, before me buying the car, the previous owner has changed the clutch and flywheel, and I really consider that me remapping the engine was one of the reasons that the clutch failed. Also, like all owners of cars, immediately after the remap I was trashing the car more, or I was driving more aggressive. Overall, a very good experience, a very well-built car. I hope that this video helped. Also, I would be very interested to see your experience, if you have different repairs, or if you have different things that you have experienced with this type of car. Please let me know in the comments below. And on that note, I will be seeing you in the next video.